Shabbat Shalom. Do you remember the book Caps for Sale, the children's book? It's a great book, right?
We were just talking about that
Oh, really?
book.
Oh, that's
Yes.
so funny. So this morning I had the pleasure of being with our ECC students for Shabbat, and we tell stories, and I was a little bored of the same old rabbi story, so I decided to tell Caps for Sale, and except I made it challahs for sale. And the peddler had a stack of challahs on her head, and it was a great fun, but toward the end of the story, when she picks them back up and puts them back on her head, and she goes out to sell them, and I was like, I mean, they were individually wrapped, and nobody had touched them, and it was fine. So, I had to back out of a little hole I had gotten myself into. But the point being, it was a lot of fun. The point being that I've already welcomed Shabbat many, many times today. And each time it was a pleasure. I was with the sixth graders and the older kids and the younger kids. And each time I asked everybody to take a few deep breaths. And quite literally, from 2-year-olds to 12-year-olds, who I was with today, you could feel the energy shift. It's like they got it. And each time I said to them, let's breathe away the week. Let's wash away the week and get into Shabbat. And it was just beautiful every time. So, my friends, let's breathe away the week. Let's wash away the week. Let's welcome the Shabbos angels, page 11.
Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Hasharet, Malachi Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bochem Shalom, Malchei HaShalom, Malchei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu, tzedchem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Just in time, Stella and Fletcher, would you please bring your families on up so we can light the candles and welcome Shabbat as our 2 students who are becoming B'nai Mitzvah this Shabbat lead us.
Come on up. Pick a set, any set. ahead, Fletcher. You can light it. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen. Page 23. We sing a new song. Shiru l'Adonai, shir chadash. Shiru l'Adonai, kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai, shir chadash. Shiru l'Adonai, kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai, kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai,
Turning to page 29, we'll once again continue working on our project of expanding Kabbalat Shabbat. We'll do all of the verses, and we'll do the first few in one tune, and then we're going to take off with another tune midway. So listen for that as we welcome the Shabbat bride.
Lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat lekabela shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad ishmiyanu el hamichad Adonai echad u'shemo echad v'shem u'tiferet v'litehila lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat lekabela לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה כי מקור הברכה בראש מקדם לסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחייה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה מקדש מלך עם מלוכה ומצאים מתוך ההפכה רב לך שבט בעמק הבכה והוא יחמול עלייך אהבה לך אדוני לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה התנערי מעפר קומי תפשי בידי תפארתך עמי על יד בן ישי בית הלחמי קרבה אל נפשי גאלה לך אדוני לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה התעוררי כי בעורק וביורי אורי שיר דברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נתלה לך אדוני לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לא תבושי ולא תתעלמי מה תשתחחי ומה תחמי בך יחסו עניי עמי ונפנתה יראתי לך לך דודי לי כתלה יאללה 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 פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לי כתלה יאללה 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 פני שבת נקבלה והיו לפשיזה סוצאי ורחקו כל בבלייך יסיס עלייך אלוהייך עם סוס קטן על פניו לך דודי לי כתלה יאללה 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 פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לי כתלה יאללה 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 פני שבת נקבלה ימין ושמאל תפרוצי ואת אדוני תעריצי על יד איש בן פרצי ונשמחה katala yalala 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 Shabbat nekabela boi v'shalom ateret bala gam b'simcha u'b'tzola toch emunei am segula boi chana Shabbat nekabela lechadoni likatala yalala 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela.
Page 75. Please be seated. Turning to Ahavat Olam, thinking about just that phrase itself, Ahavat Olam, love of the world, love that is continual, love that is unending. Taking a moment, maybe even closing your eyes, to think about somebody who has represented in your lifetime unending love. Thinking about their face when you were in their presence. Thinking about how they lifted you up, how they made you feel entirely okay and entirely loved. Sending a prayer of gratitude to that person, whether they're living or not, whether they're near or far, as we say, Baruch Atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael. Blessed are you, Adonai, in your unending love.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אמת.
Micha Mocha, page 81.
Tehilo, oh, say
Amidah begins on page 87.
Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 Svatai Tifta. Na 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 Ufi Agi. Ufi Agi Tehillateh. Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 Svatai Tifta. Na 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 Ufi Agi. Ufi Agi Tehillateh. Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 Svatai Tifta. Na 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 Ufi Agi. Ufi Agi Tehillateh. יהיו לרצון אמרי פי, יהיו לרצון אמרי פי, בגיון ליבי לפניך, יהיו לרצון אמרי פי. אדוני צורי וגואלי, אדוני צורי וגואלי. My God, my rock and my redeemer, Adonai tzuri v'goali. My heart opens for you, my lips pray to you. Please לרצון אמרי פי יהיו לרצון אמרי פי והגיון ליבי לפניך יהיו לרצון אמרי פי.
Turning our hearts and prayers to those in need of healing, thinking of all those on our congregation's Misha Berach list, and also those we know, those we love. If there's a name you'd like to say for Misha Berach, I invite you to please share that name now.
מי שברך אבותינו מקור הברכה לאמותינו may the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing and let us say Amen. מי שברך אמותינו מקור הברכה לאבותינו bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Jacob was going to win. All these years later, we are the children of Jacob, known as the children of Israel. Jacob was going to win from the very beginning. Everyone always knew it. It's true that his brother Esau was stronger and more athletic, but Jacob was just so smart. He was always 3 steps ahead of everyone else, and he used that to his advantage. He would have been the 6-year-old who could dominate a game of Monopoly, the business owner at age 10, the teenager who could charm his way out of trouble every time. Jacob just had that mojo, and everyone knew he was going places. Esau was sweet, and he got along fine, but he was no match for his twin brother, which might explain why we are told in the text, Vayehav Yitzchak et Esav. Isaac, their father, Isaac loved Esau. Isaac, it seemed, knew a thing or two about love and its power when it is truly unconditional. We know, after all, that Abraham, his father, loved him. We know that. God tells us that when God says to Abraham, "Take your son, whom you love." But surely Isaac must have wondered on that fateful day up on the mountain with a knife in his father's hand. Maybe in that terrifying moment, he swore to himself, "If I get out of this alive, I will never, ever allow a child of mine to wonder if he or she is loved." The Midrash, in fact, suggests that of our founding fathers, Isaac is the only one who gets it when it comes to love. We often overlook Isaac, but here the Midrash lifts him up. In fact, there's a story in which God says to Abraham, your children have sinned against me. And Abraham says to God, Ribono shel olam, if so, let them be eradicated. This will sanctify your name. Maybe Abraham wanted to prove his loyalty or his faith. And so Abraham says, get rid of them. It's fine. Then for some reason, God skips over to Jacob, down a generation, and says the same thing. Your children have sinned. Jacob says, Ribono shel olam, if so, let them be eradicated. It will sanctify your name. There's Jacob again, looking out for himself. God doesn't like any of their answers. And so finally, he goes to Isaac and says, your children have sinned against me. And Isaac says to God, could they possibly be my children without also being your children? Isaac appeals to God and the loving parent who couldn't possibly harm their own children. Citing Exodus, Isaac says, I remember when you called them my children, my beloved. And the implication it's obvious that if they're God's children, God will not eradicate them. Truthfully, this midrash makes fools out of our usual heroes, Abraham and Jacob. Isaac is the only one who realizes that God does not demand of us loyalty or piety or cleverness. God demands love. Fierce, unconditional love. And in the midrash, the people say to Isaac, you are our father. We choose you. We choose to love. Isaac cannot turn his son Esau into something he's not. He tries to change things, but they live in a society that simply values Jacob's talents more than Esau's. And by those standards, Jacob is going to win. We know that from the very moment they're born. But those aren't the only standards, teaches Isaac. And when it comes to love, nobody has to win. We too live in a society that values certain talents above others. Some people are just born to succeed in the systems we have set up. So how about if on this Shabbat we say to Isaac, you are our father. We choose you. We too choose love. Shabbat Shalom. Turning to Kaddish Yatom, I have a poem I want to share. It's been a big time of loss in our community, and many of you knew Bruce Corwin, who was a pillar of the Jewish community here in Los Angeles. And this poem by Billy Collins talks about how when there's a loss like that, it just feels like something's missing. Everywhere you go, something's missing. It's called She's Gone by Billy Collins. She's gone, leaving me here alone again, feeling this time like one of those pairs of drawings featured in the colorful puzzle section of the Sunday paper, where you have to detect the barely detectable differences between the two. Needless to say, I am the drawing on the right, where items are found to be missing. The guitar, now down to 4 strings, the bouquet with 1 flower gone, the teacup minus its handle, no longer able to be gracefully raised. That's the new me. No more sweet tunes, no more perfume, no more chamomile. And then there is the milking stool where the farmer used to sit every morning and evening squeezing milk from his herd. But one of its legs is absent now, and the farmer has toppled over in his straw hat and overalls, only to land beneath the poor brindled cow in the drawing, now minus a mark from her flank, and all 4 of her munificent udders erased. When we lose somebody, it feels like wherever we go, something is missing. Tonight we remember Anna Fatman, Robert Fratien, Alice Classfield, Leora Wolf, Daryl Core, Chris Chabelle, Isaac Etterman, Arlene Gold, Jerome Bernard Klein, Shandel Silberstein, Alexander Engerman, Louis Tansey, Helen Gilston, Donald Lord, Shirley Schultz, Jack Sobel, Mildred Sperling, Shepard Broad, Jerry Garf, Given Ken, Herman Broad. In recent days and weeks, we have lost Rachel Davies, Hannah Glicksman, Jerry Liebman, Ronnie Nitkin, Renee Russelot, Helena Hutchins, Charles Richard Pogue, Anthony Michael Salvato, Claude Murati, Bruce Corwin. If I named one of your dear ones, I invite you to please rise so that we can acknowledge you as a mourner and wish you healing and comfort. If there is somebody else for whom you're mourning tonight, I invite you to please rise, and if you'd like, share their name. And the community will rise in solidarity as those who are mourning lead us on page 290, I think. 292?
292.
292, thank you. 292 in Kaddish Yatom. 292. Yitgadal
V'yit Kadash Amen.
Amen. Be'alma Divra. Bagala Vizman. Amen.
Amen.
Yehi
Yehi
Shmei
Shmei
Rabba
Rabba
Mevarach
Mevarach
Le'olam
Le'olam
Alamei
Alamei
Almaya. Brichu. Ata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da miran be'alma. Amen. Yehi Shlam Rabba. Amen. Oseh Shalom b'mromav. Hu yaseh Shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Amen.
Oh, say shalom, Roma. Oh, say shalom, Roma. Uyaseh, shalom. Uyaseh, shalom. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Oh, say shalom. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down.
As It's my pleasure to call on Stella and Fletcher to please come on back up and lead us in Kiddush.
Yeah, let's use the mic, yeah.
You two are both ready. Baruch atah Adonai.
Nice laugh.
Wait, where are we? Okay. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, beratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, be'ahava uvratzon hinhilanu, zikaron lama'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom tehila, lo mikra kodesh, zeher litziat mitzrayim, ki vanu v'harta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinhaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat
L'chaim.
And the motzi. Ready, 1, 2, 3.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Beautiful. Good Shabbos, friends. Shabbat shalom.